Good evening, friends. It's Shannon. It's Sunday evening. I'm back home and just wanted to jump on and give you a little bit of a recap for my weekend and show you some project progress. So I was in Phoenix last week for a conference, and I've got a friend who lives there and was very close to the conference location. So spent one evening with her and then spent the weekend with her. And so went over on Friday evening and we just hung out and watched the Chiefs game because she's a big Chiefs fan. I should be because I live in Kansas City, but I don't really care about football that much. But it was a great time to just sit and stitch during the game. So that was fun. And then on Saturday, we hung around the house for a long time. I didn't even do an outfit of the day. And then she had made an appointment for us to go to a local spa. And so we hung out at the pool, and then we had lunch there, and then a massage, which was amazing, and then did a little bit more pool time in the afternoon, and then wrapped up, got cleaned up, went and had a drink at the bar, and then we hit In-N-Out Burger, that per my request, because we don't have those here. So, and then went back to her house for the evening and just hung out. So that was fun. And then this morning, sort of a slow morning, and sat around and talked and visited for a little bit before she took me to the airport. So that was all very fun. I did get some good stitching time on the plane, so I just thought I would give you some progress updates. So, one other thing. The other day I had mentioned that I was going to look for a rhinestone to fix this. So this is the pin that I'm hoping to wear on the dress for my son's wedding in a couple of weeks, and it was missing a rhinestone. So I found something and glued it in just to cover up that bare spot. So got that done, and it was sitting here, so I thought I would share. And then I worked primarily on this violets canvas while I was gone and made some good progress. So that was exciting. So I did quite a bit of the background and a little bit of the color work. So it's coming along. I'm making good progress. So it's, I don't remember where I was the last time, so it's just a lot of black, but we're making progress. So that's the main thing that I worked on. I did forget that I have not been able to sign up for the Kansas City Needlepoint text deals, and she had seen this canvas, so she went ahead and got it for me because I didn't get the text deal, and so she had that waiting for me. But it's so cute. It says, "For goodness sake," and I say that quite a bit. So when she saw it come up, she was like, "You have to have this canvas." So she had that waiting for me, which was really fun. And then they kitted it with pepper pot in these colors, which I just love. And I've said I just love these little cards of pepper pot anyway. So those are my colors, and that is one of my sayings. So super excited to have that. So, and I love having a 13 mesh project. So I will work on that at some point. And then I did a little bit of knitting, not much, but I had taken this shawl. I had started this shawl, late spring, I think, and just really stalled on it. But this is the Soho Square shawl by, I don't remember her name. I don't remember. But anyway, this is from Lamb & Kid, Birdie. And this is a navy blue, this Pop Rocks colorway. I think this is Martian. And then, so it's really interesting construction. So you make half a triangle, and then you'll pick up stitches and knit it back down. So the other half of the shawl will be a light blue, and then I will do pink against this green, and then green. So they'll be, juxtaposed, and then light blue. So it'll be a giant square that you can fold and, wrap around. So it's a very just cozy knit. There's not much thinking, but there's a little bit of activity because you do a German short row. So it's fun, and I've made a couple of these. I made one for my daughter-in-law and one for myself last year. So they're just great travel knitting. So happy to have some progress on that. Once it cools down, I will pick up my knitting a lot more than likely, or at least that's how it's gone in years past. I've really become such a needlepointer over the last couple of years that my knitting has slowed down significantly. But generally, I get I get enthusiastic and inspired for knitting come cooler weather. So that's more than likely what will happen this year. So that's all I worked on this weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. And it sounds like we had beautiful weather here in Kansas City. Of course, in Phoenix it was hot, but not as hot as it was earlier in the summer. So I'm grateful for that. But the time zone is a little hard on me. So I'm going to head to bed. It's 10 o'clock. It's time for bed. So I hope you're having a great week, or you had a great weekend, and I appreciate you coming along.